Well, students, today I will teach you about division. As in the previous class, I taught you about multiplication and also told you that multiplication and division are both reverse processes to each other. Today we will discuss about division. I will tell you the concept of division and when we use the division process. Okay, means we will decide that is it multiplication or the division. If by mistake we do division, then our whole process and the answer will be wrong. So it is very important to determine that is it division or multiplication. Okay, next some related terms to the division process, and finally few examples which will be important. Go through the video carefully, listen whatever I say and see all the slides very carefully. Okay, let's start. As it is given, the division is the reverse process of multiplication. Here it is the reverse process of multiplication, and the first point about division is it is used to distribute a given number in equal parts. Okay, it means suppose 10 mangoes are to be distributed among 5 people. Okay, so what will be the process? Here the concept of division arises and each one will get 2 mangoes. Now to find the answer of this question we need division, because we are distributing or dividing some given amount of the objects among some people, and this is done by division. The division operation can be shown as the dividend, the sign of the division, and divisor. So here we write 10 is divided by 5, and the operators of division is this one or this one. Both operators can be used, and we also can write in this way 10 over 2. Sometimes it is called 10 upon 2. Now with the proper methods of division we will calculate the answer. Even it is very easy to say about 10 divided by 5, but for bigger numbers there is a proper method to get the answer. Now next, as in the previous question, 10 mangoes were divided among 5 people, so each one will get 2 mangoes. According to division process, the whole method is written in this way. The number inside the block is the dividend, hence 10 is the dividend and 5 is the divisor. Now as in the diagram you can see, if we are dividing 20 by 6, then if you know the tables you can do division, even multiply also. So it's very important to remember the tables. Without tables it is not possible to do multiply and division easily. 20 is divided by 6, as we know in the table of 6. 6 3s are 18, and here 3 is called quotient. After subtracting 18 from 20 we get 2. This 2 is called remainder. We are dividing by 6, so 6 is called divisor and 20 is dividend. In this figure all these elements of division are marked with arrows, so you can see it again and learn this thing very carefully. This concept will be used in further division and related questions. And here is another important point, that remainder may or may not equal to 0. When a number is divided by other number and it is divisible completely, then remainder will be 0. If a number is not completely divisible by another number, the remainder will be something else other than 0. In this example, remainder is 2. It means 20 cannot be divided completely by 6. Okay. Next, how to decide that we have to do division. Okay, it's very important. If you can decide that yes, this is the question of division and I will do division, then you are going in right way. Otherwise, maybe you are going wrong. So the condition is, actually all these things depends on the language of the question. So the point is, if some information is given about many and asked about one, as in the multiplication in previous topic I told you, if some information is given about one and asked about many, we do multiply. But this is the opposite situation. Information is given about many and asked about one. For example, if the cost of 10 notebooks are 100 rupees, then what will be the cost of one notebook? So in this case we will do division and our answer will be rupees 10, because here the information of many is given but the cost of one notebook is asked. That's why we have done the division. Okay, so keep this concept in your mind. Next is an example, and there is a word problem, so you have to decide whether it is a problem of division or something else. If cost of 20 pens is rupees 60, okay, find the cost of one pen. Here you can feel that the information of many means more than one is given, as the cost of 20 pen is given, so it is about many. And find the cost of one pen means we have to find for one thing. This is the case of division. Now cost of one pen is rupees 60 upon rupees 20. Here, according to division process, we will write the dividend and divisor in this way. 60 is the dividend and 20 is the divisor. As we know the table of 20, actually 20's table is very easy. 23 is 60. So 3 will be quotient and we will write 60. After subtraction we get nothing. So here we can say, as remainder is 0, means 60 is completely divisible by 20. So the cost of one pen is rupees 3. Okay. Next, cost of one pen is rupees 3. Actually this question can be done by another method. It's quite easier than the previous, but if we are doing the division, we have to do in that way. So to find the cost of one pen, we'll divide 60 by 20. As you can see that 0 can be cancelled out. We are doing this division. 0 can be cancelled out because 0 stands for 10, and 6 also can be divided by 2 as it is 3. So ultimately we found that cost of 1 pen is rupees 3. By both the methods we are getting the same answer. So in mathematics it is very important and very surprising that we may have 2 or more than 2 methods, but it doesn't matter. If we are getting the right answer, means our method is correct. All the methods are correct. Some are very short and some are long, but we have to follow the process. Next is an example which is also important. Okay, solve 255 divided by 15. This notation is used for division, as the first number is dividend and second is divisor always. Suppose we want to divide 20 by 5. In this way we will write, it's correct, but you cannot write 5 divided by 20. If you want to divide 20 by 5, then this is correct, this is not. So first number will be dividend, means which number you are going to divide, and second number is divisor, means by which number you are going to divide. Here 255 is divided by 15, table of 15. Again I tell you, if you remember the tables, you can do division or multiply, otherwise not. So we try that. First of all, we will consider first 2 digits from 255, because 2 cannot be divided by 15. So we will consider these 2 digits. Now 15 1 is 15, because it is less than 25, and 15 2 is 30, that will be bigger than 25. So we will write 1 here, and after subtraction we get 10. 20 minus 5 is 10. We will copy this 5. We get 105, and as we know 15 7 is 105. So after subtraction we are getting 0, and this is our answer. Hence we can say if 255 is divided by 15, we get 17. 17 is the quotient, and here 0 is the remainder. Again we can say that 255 is completely divisible by 15. Okay, next, second example, 770 divided by 28. Okay, again here we will consider 77, because 7 cannot be divided. So 28 to 56, we will do subtraction. 77 minus 56 is 21. We copy this 0, it becomes 210. Then 28 7 is 196. After subtraction we get 14. Here you can see that 770 is not completely divisible by 28, because we are getting the remainder as 14. Again students, I want to let you remind that if this remainder is 0, means the number is completely divisible, otherwise not. Now which is the quotient here? The quotient is 27. Okay, what is the remainder here? Yes, this is the remainder. What are the divisor and dividend? Okay, divisor is 28 and dividend is 770. So this is all about the division process. In this way you will divide the numbers. Okay, next one is the word problem, quite easier but important. Chaya, actually some girl's name is Chaya. She bought 20 copies for rupees 360. Okay, it means she went to market and she bought some copies and she paid rupees 360. What is the price of a single copy? As I told you, if something is given about many and asked about one, okay, listen carefully. if something is given about many and asked about one, we will do division. As it is asked that what is the price of a single copy? Single means one. So question is asked about one. We will do division. Here 360 is divisible by 20. Okay. Now we will divide, as the table of 20 is easier. 20 1 are 20. We write here. Do subtraction. We get 36 minus 20 as 16. Copy this 0. Again 28 are 160, and after subtraction we get 0. So the remainder is 0. Here it means 360 is completely divisible by 20. Here is the answer. This is the quotient. This is our answer. Now we should declare our answer. At the end of the process, we can say the cost of a single copy is rupees 18. Okay, this one. So we have found the answer finally. And next one is, okay, see, this is also division. How many years are there in 936 months? As you know, in 1 year there are 12 months. So if months are converted into years, it is divided by 12. So if you remember the table of 12, you can divide in this way and you will get the answer as 78. How many years? Okay, it is not month, it is years. So months are given, it is years actually. Okay, it is written by mistake, it is years. So we can say in 936 months there are 78 years. And next, there are few more examples which are important. How many dozens in 480 bananas? As you know, 1 dozen equals to 12 objects. Okay, if you have something in a number of 12, it is 1 dozen. If you have 12 pens, you have 1 dozen. If you have 12 mangoes, it is 1 dozen. So to convert a number into dozen, we will divide by 12 only. Remember, if you convert something into dozen, okay, this is dozen, you will divide by 12 only. Okay, only by 12, nothing by any number. So after dividing, this is the remainder and this is our quotient. Hence there are 40 dozens of banana. Next is, some conversions are there, you should remember. If convert centimeter into meter, divide by 100 always. If millimeter is converted into centimeter, divide by 10. If meter into kilometer, divide by 1000. Okay, and if convert paise into rupees, again divide by 100. For example, how many meters in 328 centimeters? So divide the centimeter by 100, you get the answer. As this is remainder, it means complete 3 meters will have and remaining are 28 centimeters. In this way we can find the quotient and remainder, and both these are important. Quotient and remainders are very important to decide the result. Okay students, so I hope you got it properly, all the informations. See the video again, and I hope you enjoyed this information. Okay, have a nice time.